Now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. Joining us now, the head football coach of the 3-0 Gladewater Bears, Jerrod Baugh. How you doing, Coach?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing very well. Congratulations on the win over Athens, 25-14. Tell us a little bit about how that ball game went.
Well, like any other, there's good things and bad things that happen throughout the game. We got down early in the game and had to fight back to come back to win the ball game. But I don't know how well we played, on either side of the ball, but we made plays when we had to and did the things that we needed to come out with a win. Well,
you have to feel really good about the 3-0 start. Were you expecting that this year?
I don't know if I would say I was expecting it. I know, with reclassification and all that, we changed up our non-district schedule, and I knew it was going to be a little bit tougher than what the non-district schedule we'd played in the past. So there were some different teams, and I wasn't familiar with several of those, so I didn't know what returners they had and that kind of thing. We added some teams that have a real good history of and tradition of winning in Dangerfield and Pittsburgh and Athens and Atlanta. So I don't know that I'd say that I did or didn't expect it, but I knew it was going to be a little bit tougher.
Now, your ball club went 5-5 last year, and you'd missed the playoffs the last couple of seasons. Talk a little bit about rebuilding the Gladewater Bears to what we're used to seeing from Gladewater over the years, with a rich tradition and lots of wins and lots of playoff appearances.
Well, we're still in the process of trying to get back to those days of where it's a yearly expectation to be able to have a chance for a district championship, and then for sure to move on to the playoffs and that kind of thing. And it's not there's not an overnight cure or anything like that. It's taken a lot of hard work out of the coaches and the kids, and it's a process that starts from middle school through high school. And I don't know that we're where we want to be at right now, but this is a good start. Starting 3-0 to where we want to get. And it's just a long process, and once we hit district, we'll see how far along we are.
Talk about some of the players on your team who've really stepped up and played well for you so far.
Well, I was really knew I was going to be dependent on some guys that have been, now they've been 3-year starters for us. They've started ever since I've been the head coach here, and one of them that has done really well is our quarterback, Derek Daniels. Like I said, he's a 3-year starter this year, and it allows you to be able to do things offensively that you can't do with an inexperienced quarterback. And I put a lot of weight on his shoulders as far as that's concerned. And then also Michael Finnegan in the offensive line is a 3-year starter. He had been playing center for us the prior 2 years, and I moved him to tackle, and then we had an injury at center, so we had to take him and move him back to center, and that's been nice to be able to shuffle him around because of his experience. And then defensively, L.D. Anthony in the defensive line is a 3-year starter. That gives us some experience up front there. And then Dadrian Gordon in the secondary at free safety is also another 3-year starter that's been helping us out in the secondary. And it's good to have those guys back with all the experience that they have to help some of the younger guys.
What's been the biggest surprise as far as you're concerned? Something maybe that you weren't expecting from your team that they've provided for you?
I don't know. They seem to have gelled together and taken things on more with a family atmosphere. Not that in the past the kids haven't gotten along and that kind of thing. It's just a chemistry with this group that I haven't felt with the prior two groups.
Now, I know the Dangerfield win and the Pittsburgh win were over a couple of 2A teams, but those are teams with really rich football traditions. Athens obviously coming off a big year last year. So that has to give your team a lot of confidence, beating teams who have a reputation like these teams have, and in this coming week playing a team like Atlanta.
Right. I don't look at Dangerfield really as being a 2A school. Their pre-district schedule that they have, they're playing a lot of the same teams that we're playing. They've played Gilmer, and they are fixing to play Gilmer, and they've played Atlanta, and they play a tough schedule, and that's the reason they have the tradition that they have. And it was a big win for us. I don't know, if we caught them on a down night or anything like that, but that was a big win. And then, Pittsburgh had been in our district the past couple of years, and being able to beat them, we had not beaten them since I had been here. And to have Coach Manley, he had given us some real good compliments and talked about that this was the best Gladewater team he had seen since he had been at Pittsburgh. Which is a real good compliment from him. Those guys do a great job up there. And then Coach Essery at Athens does a great job, and they had a good season last year. And I think they're going they're trying to work with a young group of kids there, and I think they're going to get some things ironed out on offense and defense, and probably have a shot at making the playoffs in that district that they're in. So I think it gives our group of kids quite a bit of confidence. Playing with those people that we're playing with, and able to get some wins, and to me, more so than the wins. And I know it's nice for the kids and for their feelings and attitude and that kind of thing to get wins. But the thing as a coaching staff that we look at is, are we getting better on offense, defense, and the special teams each week? And I think that we have. Not that we've played exceptionally well in all those areas every week, but I think we've made a lot of improvements from week to week in all of those areas.
And I have to ask you about moving into well, you're not moving into it, you're not new to it, but the District of Doom, I mean, that's, and it seems like it's even tougher now with the additions of people like Kilgore and Chapel Hill in this thing.
Right. I don't know what they call it, but I know it's tough I know it's going to be tough to make the playoffs. And the thing that I tell the coaches and the kids here is that whoever is lucky enough to make it out of our district to the playoffs is definitely going to be prepared to make long runs in the playoffs. And if we were not in this district and we were in I guess what you'd call a weaker district and made the playoffs, you're still going to have to play those people at some time. I mean, so to me, what it is for us is we just start the playoffs during the middle of the season rather than after our 10 games are up, and we need to be able to win those ball games against those teams that you would normally see in the playoffs, and it's those teams that you have to beat to progress in the playoffs. And for us, it just so happens to be in our district. So the attitude that we take is that we just kind of start the playoffs in the middle of the season.
Yeah, well, it's almost like being in the playoffs in the middle of the season, that's for sure. Well, Coach, congratulations again on the 3-0 start, and we look forward to talking to you again down the line.
I appreciate you calling.
Thank you very much. That's Gladewater head football coach Jerrod Baugh on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM.